Welcome to the No New Friends podcast, the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. In this episode, Craig Brooks from Tasty Trivia joins us. We discuss what's going on in the world of trivia. We also discuss things that probably could be an email, or maybe I should learn how to use the internet. Then we talk about wedding fails. And also, does Mary really not have a Target card? Finally, are you smarter than our Mary? The trivia contest between our Patreon member and Mary. Who's gonna win? And now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. My daughter the other day, she's like taking a bath and all that, and she's calling me. She's like, Dad. So I come in and she tells me one of the dumbest things ever. It was just like, I don't even remember what it was. But I was like, Abby, this could have been an email.
Nice. For your own kid.
I tried that with Emily, and she hasn't been back. Yes, it was Thursday.
You could have texted me. If I said that to my wife, it'd be over. She would leave me if I said that to my wife. She'd be like, this should have been a text, babe. Don't open your mouth. Don't say that. You should text.
If you could just shh.
You know what it shouldn't have been? It shouldn't have been a joke that I just dropped because it did not land at all.
Is that new?
Mary.
I was forcing myself not to laugh, so you could just do two in a row.
Yeah, I'm going to get double cricketed. Fantastic.
And now it's time for the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris.
Come on at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. As always, please connect with us. Our Linktree link is right there in the episode description, the show notes. It'll take you to our merchandise. It'll take you to all of our streaming platforms, our Facebook, our YouTube, our Instagram. And then also, we want you to join our Patreon. Today is a Patreon Appreciation Day, which means that all of our Patreon members are invited to watch us record live. And special announcement for the month of, if you join our Patreon now, for the month of October and November, your monthly Patreon donation to us is going to go to my favorite charity, the Gina McReynolds Foundation, which is a breast cancer support organization that helps families in need while they've got someone going through breast cancer. And we're going to have those guys on next week to tell you more about it. My name is Scott. I am the host. And with me, as always, I'm an architect for her pain. My co-host, the queen of the sunrail, Mary.
Hey!
And our producer, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Coda, feeling we're not in New Jersey anymore.
Oh my God. I cannot.
Very
Look at
fitting.
that fresh cut your pup has.
Oh, yeah. She's
Very
fresh to
fitting.
death.
You just went through a major storm. Ida went and hit you, and you guys just aren't prepared for that kind of stuff. How are you okay?
Yeah, you know what's funny is I just got done cooking dinner yesterday. Where I'm in total stay-at-home dad mode now because Emily's back to work. So I have to start cooking dinners and stuff now. So I spent a lot of time cooking this dinner from scratch last night, right? As soon as it's done, my mom comes bursting over through the door and goes, "We're all going to the basement." I'm like, whoa. She goes, "There's a tornado warning." I was like, okay. She's like, "Tornado watch, tornado warning." Totally different. I was like, well, listen, I just made dinner, so I'm going to have to, and guess what? I couldn't eat because my stomach was in knots. I couldn't eat the dinner I made.
And then I could see your mom going, "Chris, you've never seen it miss this house and miss that house and come after you."
It gets even worse. So I'm saying to my mom, I was like, listen, we don't live on flat land. We're not on a prairie. No tornado is going to rip through this house. And I kept like joking with her. I was like, hey, someone's got to stand watch to see if there's a tornado coming. They were all in the basement.
Somebody's got to stand watch. Why?
So Emily and I just stayed up here because we're like, nothing's going to happen. Well, 40 minutes from us in Mullica Hill, I'm sure it made national news, where a tornado literally ripped houses apart. And so I was on Twitter like a half hour later after all this happened. I was like, yeah, Mom, I think if there's another tornado warning later, I think I'll be joining you in the basement.
Yeah, right.
This is the most badass hurricane ever because it's the only hurricane who had the balls enough to go into Jersey.
You should see how the people of Philly are doing. They're doing the Vine Street Expressway is totally flooded, which is like a highway that's kind of like below two other highways.
Right.
And people are doing backflips off the overpasses into the water there. It's
wow.
Yeah.
Chris, my mom made it a point to call me today and say, oh my gosh, how's Chris doing? Is Chris okay? Because she saw on a map, Cherry Hill was right next to some other place. So my mom is concerned about you.
Oh, thank you.
We also have a very special guest this evening. You heard him on the episode Politics, Pimples, and Pleasure. You've also seen his trivia and clear pong and bingo events around town. From Tasty Trivia, welcome back, Mr. Craig Brooks.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. What an intro. I appreciate that, man. I'm here to have some fun on the No New Friends podcast, baby. I'm ready.
We always have fun when you're here. Like I was telling you before we started, my favorite segment ever is the second segment in that Politics, Pimples, and Pleasures episode when we started talking about the pet mayor. It was fantastic.
I have fond memories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How's trivia going?
Trivia's going well, all things considered. For those in the Central Florida area, I know some people are from not this area, but we are back at it, so to speak. I mean, there's venues that have trivia. Some of them are going really well. People have been safe. We haven't had any issues with it. And if you like events and you want to go out to a trivia or a bingo in Central Florida, you can check out tastytriviaflorida.com. There are hosts out throughout the week doing business. And good shows are happening. There was Harry Potter night at Hourglass popped off.
What?
Yeah. Stuff's been going, again, not like it did. We're not having, 40 events a week and 150 people coming out to things, but enough where people can have fun and stay safe.
But the virtual events are still going strong.
We still have that going as well. Yeah, Duffy's is still doing that. And then some corporate stuff. We actually have a fortune company that uses us. I'm not allowed to say it, which is so stupid, but I signed an NDA. So we do internal trivia for them. So the corporate side is so interesting. Throughout the month, we do a few corporate trivias where it's like their team competing internally. And boy, do I want to just grow that because that's just easier.
Yeah, right. You're an important person when you start signing NDAs.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not necessarily true.
You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
That too. There's this one time in college. What?
Go ahead. You go ahead. That sounds like it's going to be a lot better than what I was going to say.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Continue on, Craig.
I need to know about that thing that happened in college.
I didn't go to college. What?
We'd all like to know about those things that happen in college. We got to do.
You'll have to sign up as a Patreon for my private videos.
I was about to say we're gonna have No New Friends on OnlyFans, and it's gonna be a special Mary available, slightly higher price point. Slightly, we'll go $9 a month, Mary.
Have you guys ever? I ran into a situation. So I'm trying to check out a chiropractor for my wife. Okay. So I'm trying to do, an adulting thing, support my wife. She's working all the time. I'm a broke unemployed podcaster. Yesterday, I go down to the 7-Eleven, go get my Diet Coke Light Ice, and I go to the chiropractor. And it's probably about, 1:30 in the afternoon. And I walk up and I see on the door Wednesday, closed from 1 to 3.
Why are they always closed from 1 to 3, Scott? Mine's the same. What do chiropractors do that's so important from 1 to 3?
Got to be their lunch break, maybe?
They got to eat lunch.
Maybe they're charging their batteries.
Hello. I'm gonna take day drinking for $500, Alex.
Oh, they're holistic. They're very holistic thinking. They might be doing their herbs, Mary. Might not be drinking. Might be their herbs.
I feel like chiropractors don't day drink enough. I started day drinking recently. I find it great at lunch having some
congratulations.
Beer. Thank you so much, Chris. Yes, I think it is a nice move. But lunch beers are greater than dinner beers. So beers, lunch beers are better than dinner beers. Party beers supersede, like they're great. Tailgate beers, those are the best. But lunch beers might be better than any other meal beer for me personally. They're my favorite.
Can I ask you a question? Where does a shower beer rate? Where's that rank on there?
You're going to be discussing that at your AA meeting.
Now, I don't know much about some of our guests on this, the wonderful patrons here, but I have had more than one shower beer in my life, and maybe more than many of you, because I find it to be a wonderful experience. And I've never broken. I should knock on something because it'll happen next time. I've never yet to break, and I always do it with glass bottles, which is the dumbest. That's the dumbest. You should do cans, but I always end up doing it with a tall bottleneck, and Craig, I don't know why.
might I suggest maybe just installing a keg at this point? You can have the tap, like a shower head, and then just like you could have the tap, and you could just almost like a keg stand, but like
I was
shower
gonna have beer.
stand.
I just didn't know if I was allowed. I have Pumpkin downstairs, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna judge me.
No, this is a drinking podcast, my friend. I have a million children. How do you think I'm still surviving at this point of the day? Good God.
Wine and cocaine.
Yeah. I can't afford that. I have a million children. Just the wine, maybe. I don't know.
It got cheaper. I don't know. I don't do it, but I'm under the impression that the prices come down on cocaine.
Scott, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
This is the one where we get canceled.
I know, right? Yep, this is the one. This
You
is the one.
can't say no. You could say cocaine on Facebook.
Look,
You can do
no,
that.
Craig, I don't like cocaine. I just like how it smells, man. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Oh my
That's a joke,
God.
too. Oh God, I should have said it like that because it makes it sound like I do it.
So, Craig, I can't tell you how many times we've done this show, either coming off of a buzz or still drinking.
Building one up.
Yeah, one of our episodes got cut a little bit short because two of us had a little bit too much, and
respect
we're like,
that.
"Yep, this is a quick show."
One of us said something real dumb. It was Scott.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Scott.
Spoiler alert.
Of course, it was Scott. You could do no wrong, Ghost Mary. You could do no wrong.
She can't. She's the talent. She can do whatever she wants. Like the hierarchy is
Like cocaine, apparently. I don't. I want
God.
to just, can we put like a disclaimer? I feel like I want that.
Yes,
Can you do that?
Chris, got to put a ticker. Mary, don't do
Can
cocaine.
you do that?
Yes,
like it literally,
we do
guys,
not,
it's all fun and games. I can't even put Flonase in my nose. So like, can we just like maybe scroll that or like something? I don't know. Help.
All
I think the more dangerous thing was drinking out of a glass bottle in the shower. I think we have to put a disclaimer about that.
please don't do that at home. Leave that to the professionals. So
I think it's
I
fun.
needed to follow. No, you're good. You're good.
No, you go.
You're
You
good.
go.
The
All-
hierarchy of this show, Craig, is our guest come first,
Scott's last.
then
always.
Mary, then Chris, then Jared,
Yes. yes.
and then me. Okay,
Got
I'm
it.
at the
Your
bottom
cats'
rung.
Names. I think your cats speak up sometimes too. They can.
I
Oh,
like
let,
it.
don't even
I
get me.
like the big J's up there. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
don't even get
them
me
in.
started on the hierarchy in my house. Like, I killed a spider today that's actually higher up on the food chain here than I am.
Oh,
I don't rank
no.
very high over
What's
here
the service?
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went back to the chiropractor today between 1 and 3, or not between 1 and 3. I waited till 3:30 today because I need to get information for my wife. Like she needs to see a chiropractor. Walk up. I'm so excited. I'm like, I know they're open now. I looked at the sign yesterday. No. Thursday they close at 1. Strike 2.
I think the most confusing part about this story is why are you going to the chiropractor to get information? Do they not have a cell phone?
Yeah. What about a website, Scott?
Maybe have you heard of the internet? Have you heard of the internet?
We call that the RFP. You could fill that out, maybe. Contact me.
Do you
for-
guys really not know me? I don't know anything. I don't know how to do technology. I don't know how to look things up. It gives me anxiety, so I'd rather just walk up there.
I feel like human interaction is way worse
Nobody
than
No, it
wants
is.
that.
It
looking
is.
something up online, Scott.
I have specific questions for them. I don't want them to do the neck cracking and the back cracking. I want them to use the little actuator gun, and I don't know that information is on the website.
It's definitely on most of their websites. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Like
that
100%.
Greg has the answer for you right now. That's
Okay, so I'll
I
check
could-
their website.
With great certainty, I can tell you that you should only go to ones that would have that on their website.
Yeah. If their website says we only do the neck cracking, then don't do that. But I'm sure they have a plethora of information on their websites.
I can guarantee it. I even have a suggestion. I know a good chiropractor. I go to one. They're great.
Plug it, Craig. Plug it.
It's
Hook
Oviedo
it up.
Chiropractic. I drive. It's worth the drive. Dr. Ko and Dr. Chu are there, and they're amazing. I go. They have massage. They have everything. But I go for the adjustments and everything. But they do a bunch of. The best part is they'll do what Scott likes, which is you can walk in and like talk to them and kind of get a flow, and they'll show you things on the spine and everything. That website should be chiropractorinOviedo.com if you really want to check it out. And there is plenty of information on it.
There you go. See?
Yeah,
Found-
I don't
Found
want.
the hook for you.
I live in Winter Garden. I don't want to have to get my passport stamped.
Oh my.
Look at you. You'd rather not use the internet, walk into a strip mall, stranger, and say, touch my body.
I actually heard of the I went to that one chiropractor. It was really highly recommended. It was really great in Florida. I believe the owner of the Patriots went there. And
Oh,
I actually,
I see
yeah,
where
that
this
one
is going.
I left a review on Yelp for that one. That was they
Nice.
went above and beyond, or below and beyond.
They tend to do that. They tend to do that.
So Scott, I'm gonna help you out on this one. If you find a name of the place, I will Google it and I will relay their phone number for you. Because the same person that you're gonna
nice.
walk there and talk to, you could just ring. You're gonna walk there and they're gonna say this could have been an email.
Abby could tell you this could have been an email, Dad.
Did I share that story on it? No, I didn't.
No, you
You
didn't.
told us that, and I'm very.
Yeah.
I wish that Abby could clap back at you for this right now.
Yeah,
Wake
so
her
real
up. Where's
quick-
she at?
Before we go to break, so Craig, my daughter the other day, she's like taking a bath and all that, and she's calling me. She's like, Dad. So I come in and she tells me one of the dumbest things ever. It was just like, I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, Abby, this could have been an email.
Nice. For your own kid.
I tried that with Emily and she hasn't been back. It was Thursday.
You could have texted me. If I said that to my wife, it'd be over. She would leave me if I said that to my wife. She'd be like, this should have been a text, babe. Don't open your mouth. Don't say that.
Don't
should
just,
text.
If you could just shh.
You know what? It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been a joke that I just dropped because it did not land at all.
Is that new?
Oh, Mary.
I was
Yes.
forcing myself not to
Yes.
laugh, so you could just do two in a row.
Yeah, I'm gonna get double cricketed. Fantastic.
Once again, is it new?
No, you got to take that. Mary just burned him up. You got to. That's a clip. That's a clip. Roasted.
All right, when we return, we've got some wedding fails that we want to talk about. And then also a little bit later, we've got our trivia. Are you smarter than our Mary?
Nope.
You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back. No New Friends podcast is now using Nikki Podcast Preparations Incorporated, which is a podcast management consultant agency of services that helps independent podcasts obtain more plays, downloads, guests, sponsors, and a bunch of the legwork behind the microphone when it comes to podcasting. CEO Nick can be contacted via Twitter or Instagram at NikkiPPINC. And if you tell him that the No New Friends podcast sent you, we'll both get a 25% discount. Nikki has helped accumulate millions upon millions of downloads, tens of thousands of dollars in sponsorships, celebrity guests, and much more. So just shoot him a direct message to get your podcast growing. Hey, New Friends listeners, if you're anything like me, you don't have the desire or time to clean your own house. That's why I've been using I Believe services for the last 5 to 6 years. They are your one-stop shop for all of your cleaning needs. They do commercial, house cleaning, vacation homes, post-construction, party cleanup, deep cleaning, move in or move out, pressure washing, laundry, inside cabinets, fridge, oven, and much more. Call them today, 407-928-4595. Check them out on Facebook or their website, ibelieveservices.us.
Do you like Disney? Do you love finding out fun facts about your favorite attractions or restaurants? Then you must try Diz Hiz, the Disney History Podcast. Joe, Alex, and Jen will keep you entertained as they deep dive into all things Disney. Visit DizHiz.com or follow us on all social media at DizHiz65. We even have a YouTube channel. Just search Diz Hiz anywhere, and I hope you give us a listen.
Hi, this is comedian Miguel Colon, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. As always, please connect with us. That Linktree link in the episode description. If you listen to us on Apple, we'd love to get a review and a 5-star rating. We love that kind of stuff. And if you join our Patreon now, we're going to be donating anything that we make in October and November directly to a charity, Team Gina. That's teamgina.org, the Gina McReynolds Foundation. Now, Chris is going to be getting married in just a matter of a few months.
Yes, it's
And-
true.
Yep. And Mary and I have orchestrated this plan to attend the wedding virtually.
Look, guys, I already have my dress picked out. I would
Perfect.
go grab it, but I
no
don't want to.
spoilers. No spoilers. I can't see
No,
it
I
till
won't.
the day
I
of the
won't show
wedding.
it, but I am very excited. I may go and do like hair and makeup. I don't know. I may wear makeup, Chris,
Wow.
for your wedding. You're welcome.
Wow.
I'll brush my hair. I'll
Are we going to do a
Big
first
deal.
look?
do it. He's like, oh my God, I don't recognize her.
Oh, we could do, Mary, we could do a first look here. We'll
We
do like
could.
our own little first look.
There you go. That's going to be a
fantastic.
great bonus episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to a wedding once where this was this dude's second wedding. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to change the names. So let's call
Got to.
him Bob. Okay. His name is Bob. So at his first wedding, when the preacher or the minister or the notary public was pronouncing them husband and wife and all that, he called Bob by her ex's name. So let's say it was Brent. So that was a big thing. He said, Brent and so.
Oh no.
Right. So it was a big thing. So went to his second wedding. Okay. And at a second wedding, there's a group of us that had been to the first wedding at the very end of the ceremony. And we're joking about this, right? We're like, oh my God, could you imagine if he called him Brent? So at the very end, when he's about to announce them husband and wife, he says, Brent again.
No.
Swear to God, different minister, different, obviously,
It can't
wife,
happen. No.
same wrong name,
Oh.
2 weddings in a row.
Brent paid
Can't
these guys
believe-
off. He slipped them
Did.
a key before
I
the
think so.
ceremony.
I think so. There's one enemy. I think. What?
So Craig,
That's so bad.
it's terrible. It's terrible. Craig, you DJ'd weddings, you DJ'd my wedding. I'm sure that you
Yep.
have a ton of fails that you could tell us about.
Fails happen less at weddings I was working because I would make sure they didn't
Aha.
happen. Obviously, you
Nice.
could imagine.
My
You could
dude.
imagine.
My dude.
But certain like personal behaviors obviously can't be afforded for. You can't prepare for how a person's going to be on a day, kind of thing. And I figured I would share one of what was Blue Blazers' kind of craziest tales, if you want it.
Please do.
right.
We want it. Craig. The people.
It
Not
was
only do we
wild.
want it,
It was wild.
we catered this
God.
topic around
we
you coming on
actually
here.
need it.
So it was a particularly hot day in May this year, and everything was set to take place outside. No tent, no shade, no cover, because they didn't pay for it. Now remember, we're on the
Cool.
DJ side. We don't get to determine that. But
Yeah.
it's May, and you did a Florida thing, and you didn't put a covering. The ceremony was off-site. The guests started arriving at 3 p.m. to the reception area. A mariachi band was supposed to play for the guests from 3 to 6. They didn't show up till 4. The caterer ran out of water and ice.
Oh,
There was
Oh
no
no.
Yeah, there was no shade, no breeze, pure brutality. By the time dancing was to begin musically in the timeline, everybody was pissed off. Everyone was pissed. Nobody wanted to be there. It was scheduled to go to 10 though. Nobody cheered for the bride and groom during their entrance, during their special moments, just dead ass silence. The dollar dance was the worst in history.
no.
The bride was up
They
there
actually
swaying
left
by
owing
herself.
money. They left owing money. Is what you're saying?
The whole thing, she's
No.
swaying by herself,
No.
hanging out.
Craig, no, stop. Nope.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
One-
I feel embarrassed for them. Do you know
This
that
really
feeling?
happened.
I can't. No. Mm.
Mike was going to go up and give her money like, this is bad. Somebody finally got up. She ended up with like 5 people by the end of it. And at the end of the night, a groomsman, just to really just cinch it. He was a cousin. He wanted to do a performance, something from the heart. But he was a rapper. And he went into
Always are.
I'm kidding.
They always are.
He
Craig.
went into a deep hardcore rap in Spanish. Mike turned to another guy that was there and was like, I hope he's keeping it clean. The guy looks over. He's not.
I cannot. I will not.
He was ripping it. There were children present and Spanish speaking children, and he was
Oh.
shredding. Absolute worst wedding we had ever been a part of.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Now,
Terrible.
Chris, we talked about the dollar dance last episode.
Right.
So a thing that you may want to invest in is one of those square readers, so that because nobody carries cash
Smart.
around.
Yeah, I was
Scott,
just
that's
thinking
smart.
that. Yeah. Or I'll put a
That's
QR
smart.
code on Emily's back of a
Perfect.
her
Yeah,
cash
get a
app.
tattoo. Yeah,
There
you
you
can get
go,
those
yeah.
like you can get a temporary tattoo of a QR code
That's a good
of your
idea.
Venmo.
Now we
Yeah,
had
and then
put
even in the
your
wedding
Cash App.
pictures, if somebody wants
Yeah.
to scan the QR code
No,
a couple
that's
years down
great.
the line and keep donating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I love this.
Great.
That's right.
Guys, we're on to something.
we had put it on the not.com site and then also our invitations because we were donating all of ours to charity. So like people knew to bring cash.
Right, right.
But I know we're up against the gun here. Get a square reader.
Oh man, I have a couple of those actually. Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, yeah, right. So Mary, other than not inviting me to your wedding, what other fails have you had?
Can we insert crickets here?
No. That's not crickets. That's a bird.
Okay, look. So picture it, Sicily, 1927. Okay. All right. Similar to Craig's story a little bit. All right. So I went to this wedding. I had to drive out in the middle of ass nowhere. I will say there was very little cell phone reception, not much Wi-Fi.
So anywhere that Chris goes on vacation, pretty much.
Probably. Yes, absolutely. I heard banjos, paddle faster. That's what happened. We get there and it is a rustic wedding. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you see some shit that looks like it might be rustic, and this means burlap, sunflowers, mason jars, run the other way, my friends. It's not going to be good for any of us. I'm going to tell you right now. Really cute. Loved it. Cash bar. Guys, cash bar.
Oh.
Cash bar.
Boo.
Cash
Le boo.
bar. Listen, not only was it a cash bar, you want to know what they had for non-alcoholic beverages? Do we want anyone to guess? You want to guess?
Pepsi products.
No, tea, lemonade, and water. Someone help.
Was this a birthday party?
No, I was sending up flare guns. Like, somebody come save me.
Was someone doing balloon animals?
God.
For those of you listening, if you're planning a wedding or plan on getting married at some point, look, it's very expensive. It's very expensive. Save up. Go for the open bar. Cut expenses somewhere else. You don't need the napkins with your name on it because nobody keeps it. You don't even keep it. Just get rid of those. Pay the extra money for the open bar. You know what? Go for cheaper food.
Yeah. Look, even guys, I'm telling you right now, if your open bar is just beer and wine, that's okay.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Okay. But if you were going to be like, girl, you want to get down tonight? I got this music. I got this food, but also pay for your booze. I already gave you a really nice gift. Like, man, come on.
Exactly. Remy's asking, can they put an open bar at Walmart? I got to tell you, the Walmart is missing out on millions, or if not billions of dollars. And we've all seen that meme. Build a little balcony, sell some beer, and those us Target shoppers get to go up to this balcony, purchase beer, and watch the people of Walmart.
That's nice.
I like how you're like us Target shoppers. You're not bred a Target shopper, okay? You have to work up to that level.
We have a Target card where we save 5%.
Oh, do you? No,
yes,
see, I don't. No, I'm saying I don't have the Target card.
Okay,
you should get one. You should get one. 5%.
Well, I'll wave to you from my balcony at Walmart then.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't even have a Walmart here in Lake Mary. Okay, so I'll sit on my perch with that. Put that in your bag.
No, we're not. We're not high
Target up there.
No, we have Targets. We have no Walmart, is what I'm saying.
Of course not. But like, why wouldn't you get the Target card to save 5%? Because you definitely go to Target.
Because I feel like maybe if it's on a card, it's not real money like my kids do. Like, they're like, Mommy, put this on. You can just buy it, put it on your card. Like, Grayson wants a PS5 for some reason.
Your kids have a point. They have a point.
Okay,
money's not
real.
And
I'm like, guys, that's expensive. And they're like,
Social
put it
construct.
on your card. You can just put it on the card. It's fine. If I had a Target card, that would be bad.
Mary, let me ask you a question real quick. So when you shop at Target, correct?
I would say 3 to 5, maybe 7 days a week.
Okay.
Sir.
When you pay, do you pay with cash?
Ew.
No, you pay with a debit card.
Ugh.
So get a Target.
Scott's about to blow your mind because
get a Target debit card, not the Target credit card. It comes right out of your bank account, just like a debit card. So it's the same thing, just a different color card. And you save 5%.
Wow.
We're going to have to go to break, guys. I need a cigarette and a change of underwear. I'm over here sitting in a puddle. I'm like a duck over here. What's happening? I am in a pond.
Oh,
what do you mean?
He didn't even tell you about the member only discounts and things they give you. That's absolutely part of the app. For having the red card, you get other like red card 20% off.
Hold on. I have that Circle app. I have the Young Circle app.
But that's good. That's good. You are not at the same level as Scott and apparently myself. They give you extra percentage off.
Okay,
you get five. You'll get a double $5 sometimes.
I have a question.
So they'll give you 10
here in the back. What if you have a debit card connection and also a credit card? Can I do that? Because now I want all the things.
No, you don't need.
I don't think you need both. I'm
you
not
don't
sure
need
though,
both.
Scott. I don't have both.
I think it's the same discount because I've asked Rachel, why don't we get a Target credit card? We're here enough. And she said it's the same as the red card. And
Yeah.
and I don't know, but now that I'm thinking, like, why not get the points? Because I'm sure there's point benefits and all that through Target.
Well, maybe that's why I'm getting some of the free extra stuff because I'm doing it on the credit.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive up there tomorrow and ask them.
Can you please? Let's get the interns on this along with a chiropractor.
Yep.
Instead of looking online.
He's going to drive. He's going to talk to a general manager that's just doesn't have time for this and doesn't know what this guy's talking about. Doesn't want to deal with him. Scott's going to go into his local Target tomorrow and hand fill out the form. No one does this anymore, but he's going to hand fill out, put it in that box that everyone walks by every day.
Stop.
Nobody fills that box. Scott's putting it in the box.
Yep. Chris, have you witnessed any wedding fails?
There was somebody officiating a wedding
Okay.
for a friend, and they get to the part where they say everybody's is different. So it's like, do you swear to, do this, that, and the other thing? And they say yes, and they have to repeat, they have to say yes. They say
The
a line, they
vows.
say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the vows. So this guy goes, do you promise to never give her up, to never let her down, to never run around and desert her, to never make her cry,
Oh my God, he
never say
rickrolled the
goodbye,
whole
to
wedding.
never tell a lie or hurt you? He rickrolled the whole wedding. You want to hear the better part
The whole
is?
thing. The whole thing.
The better part is this was Emily's cousin, and he's officiating our wedding.
I love it. Yes.
that was he goes, that was his first ever wedding that he officiated. And he goes, guys, I can't wait for you guys to see the tape. I want to show you how professional it was. And he sends us that, and Emily didn't catch it right. I was like, oh my gosh, she's rickrolling them.
Oh
and,
my God.
and not only
Rickrolled the
did he
entire wedding.
rickroll them, he had a mustache and a mullet at the time too. So I'll give him all the credit in the world. When they kissed, he said, hold on a second. He left the stage so he wouldn't be in any of the background of the pictures. So
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
pretty polished. But yeah, so he won't be
He was-
doing that at our wedding.
Meanwhile, he pops in and he's like, never gonna give, never gonna give. In the background, like,
Does Emily want to come on real quick? Because I have a question for her.
Hello.
Hey, Emily, how are you?
Good. How are you?
like, Chris, we love you, but also Emily. I don't know. Like, I feel like she's like the pillar of our podcast right now. It's fine.
So-
Between you and
big
Rachel,
upgrade.
there's nothing
Big
else
upgrade.
holding us up.
So, Emily, what is you're in full blown wedding planning mode? I'm sure. I mean, the planning is almost over, right?
Yeah. It's done. The little details are still needed though.
Sure. What is your biggest fear of a wedding day fail?
Oh God, I've had nightmares about these. So, I guess the biggest thing is, specifically for my nightmare that I had was that I showed up and nothing was done, and Chris was nowhere to be found. Not that he was like ditching me, but that just he wasn't there, and it was about to get started.
Yeah.
My makeup wasn't done, my hair wasn't done. That's like
Yikes.
my nightmare right now.
I'm very early to everything.
All right, Emily, if you can't find him on your wedding day, there's one of two things. One, he's re-showering to fix his hair, or he's at the local, just find the closest thrift shop. That's where he's at.
I've asked if he wanted the hairdresser to do his hair through the day because I'm so nervous about that.
I'll hate it. I'll pay for it.
Wait,
And then what's
so-
even worse is I'll hate it, have to pay for it, and then have to take a shower.
And have to redo
Just so-
Are you
so I
already
could redo it.
planning- Are you already planning to resell like your table decorations and things like that? Do you have them pre-listed, Chris? What's going on with that?
I have a couple offers in.
Okay, good.
Nothing
Good.
concrete.
I'm glad. Nothing concrete.
Awesome. Emily, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I
Emily,
just
you're a
wanted to-
real one. You're the
Of course.
MVP tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other wedding fails, guys, that you've seen? I went to a wedding where it was at a gazebo and it was wood planks and all that, and the groom dropped the ring right through the
no.
cracks. They had to go through the ceremony, and then at the end, crowbars pulling the deck apart.
No.
That's horrible.
That's brutal. That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, are you smarter than our Mary? A trivia
Wait, what?
contest where one lucky Patreon member has a chance to win a $50 Outback Steakhouse gift card. You're not gonna want to miss that. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
What is it that you do here? Merchandising.
That's right. The No New Friends podcast now has merchandising. Please visit the merchandise link in our link tree. That's link, linktr.ee/No New Friends podcast, or you can go directly to public.com/user/NNF. Get your No New Friends merchandise today.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Remy from Remy's Round Table alongside my dangerous co-host Chris. Guys, our podcast is pretty much all about what is going on here in the beautiful state of Florida. We cover your theme park news, the rumors, and of course, guys, we bring on some local celebrities such as the 5-Minute Professor from Real Radio 104.1. So guys, don't go anywhere and stay tuned and listen to this episode of the No New Friends podcast.
Hey guys, comedian James John, and you are listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. This is our 60th episode, which means it is Patreon Appreciation Day. And one of our lucky Patreon members is going to be battling wits with Mary in a trivia contest hosted by Craig Brooks. So is everybody ready for this trivia? And now it's time for America's favorite game show, Are You Smarter Than Our Mary? Where one lucky listener gets to take on Mary in a battle of wits. With your host this evening from Tasty Trivia, Craig Brooks. And here he is, your host, Craig Brooks.
Wow. That's never happened for me before. This is a big moment. I like that.
All right, so I've got my little spinny wheel. I don't know how well this is going to work on an audio podcast, but I'm going to spin the wheel. I've got everybody's name on here, so let's see who's going to be taking on Mary. It has no audio, so do.
I love how you're holding it up to your microphone like it has audio.
Do. And Joe.
Oh, Joe came out of hibernation for this.
Joe is going to be taking on Mary in a battle of wits. Joe has his stormtrooper head on. Oh, that's fantastic.
He's
Joe,
ready.
the host of the Diz His podcast. What, you got your own walk-up music?
No, I don't have any walk-up music. I was just turning down the monitor. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Joe from the Diz His podcast, you're going to be taking on Mary. This is how this is going to work. Mary is going to go into the soundproof booth, okay? Craig is going to ask you 5 trivia questions, okay?
Right.
Craig with Tasty Trivia is going to ask you 5 questions. So in addition to answering them right, you're going to want to try to do this quickly because I'm going to be timing it. And if there's a tiebreaker, the winning time will win.
Okay.
Does everybody understand? Everybody's good?
say it again, but this time slower.
Mary, just
I'm
answer
off to a roaring start, guys.
Yes. Mary, all you have to do is answer the questions. Joe's going to go first. Okay. So you're going to go to the soundproof booth. Okay. So turn your audio all the way down. When we're ready for you to come back, we'll wave and then just come back. Okay.
Okay. I can't hear anything, guys. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Mary is definitely the most high maintenance person ever. Nope. Okay, good. All right. So Craig, whenever you're ready, let me know and I'll start the clock as soon as you finish reading the first question.
All right, Joe, are you ready for a 5-question burn? Here we go. Question number 1 of our challenge. Cate Blanchett played which villain, the goddess of death, also Thor's sister in the movie Thor Ragnarok?
True, yes. What's the question?
Which villain did she play? Which villain?
Helva.
We're gonna have to look at that. Question number 2. Which 19th century president officially made Labor Day a federal holiday?
Benjamin Franklin. Thomas Jefferson.
Question number 3.
Why is everyone
throw
laughing?
a bunch in there.
He's not even a
Question
president.
number 3. Who will the defending Super Bowl champs Tampa Bay Bucks be hosting to open the season on next Thursday? Who are playing the Bucks next Thursday?
The Ravens?
Number 4. What are the names? You got this one, bro. What are the names of Cruella de Vil's 2 henchmen?
I have no idea.
Oh boy, this is going real well for Mary. This is payback for what you did to Scott.
Over. Guys, I want to know what's happening.
And question 5, in the original Monopoly game, what breed is the dog Token? What breed of dog is that character, little guy?
What the heck, man?
You've never played Monopoly,
I'm gonna say,
bro?
and I have, man. But it's a little dog. I don't know. I played when I was like 5.
Dogs.
They don't even have a dog anymore, do they? They have like all these updated dogs.
Only this
a corgi.
dog looks like that. All right. Time.
I think I knew most of those.
Really?
Wow.
These were hard.
I don't agree with you.
I'm not very good at trivia.
Chris,
all right, we'll
doesn't
go over
agree
the
with
answers after Mary comes back.
Emily knew at least 4 of those. I saw it in her eyes.
All right, Mary, can you hear us? Mary, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. These are not the easiest questions in the world.
I feel like this is not fair. I saw a lot of things happening, and I feel like it's not fair already.
Now, here's the deal. If Mary wins, then that means the gift card is going to get rolled over to the next Patreon Appreciation Day.
No, I want
That's
a
right.
wallaby darn. I want some cocktails.
I want some headphones.
Hey,
You already have mine.
Mary, are you ready?
No, let's do it.
I did terrible.
The time will start after Craig finishes asking the first question.
Okay.
Joe did
I'm
just
ready.
Whenever
fine,
you're ready.
but he is able to be defeated. Let's do this, Mary. All right. What is the name? Kate Blanchett played which villain, also known as the Goddess of Death, Thor's sister in Thor Ragnarok? Kate Blanchett. Who'd she play in Thor Ragnarok?
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh, I can see
Saw
her
the movie.
face. She's looking real ugly though. I remember. I just don't remember her name.
I saw
Big J knows it. Big J knows it. Chris knows
I
it.
know. Listen, guys, stop talking. Give me a
You're
second.
not going to win any time tiebreaker.
Helene, Helera.
Here's what's going to have to happen. They both blew it so bad,
Hella.
they both get it. There you go.
Hella.
Number two. Which 19th century president officially made Labor Day, this coming Monday, a federal holiday? Big J knows this one too. Yes, Big J. Let's go.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
He was not in that century, but that's okay. That's all right.
I don't know. I tried.
It's all good. You're doing great. Next Thursday is the first day of the NFL season. Who will the defending Super Bowl champ Tampa Bay Bucks be hosting in the season opener? Pretty well-known stuff.
The Chicago Bears.
Hey, that is a guess. In the
Yes, the team,
what
the sports team.
What are the names of Cruella de Vil's 2 henchmen? You've seen this movie.
All I can think of is Ursula's little pink Flotsam and Jetsam.
That's tough.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
That's all I can think of.
This is
Move
rough
on to
stuff.
the next one. Let's go.
And finally, for all the marbles, in the original Monopoly game, Monopoly, people have played this game. I didn't make this up. What breed is that dog that you could play as the dog? It's a little dog, and only dogs of this breed look that way. Thank you for the backup, Remy, that these were gettable.
That's a Dalmatian. I don't know.
What the shit?
Based on the last question.
Can I make a guess on this? Can I make a guess on this dog thing? Is it
course
a
you can.
Yorkie?
Yeah, it's a Yorkie.
Okay.
Right?
I would have taken anything that was near terrier. You could have just said
No.
anything that started with a T, and I would have given it to you. So Remy's got my back. Remy and Big J got my back. That those were not impossible. In fact, they hit it.
They were all impossible.
They hit
Every
the chat
single one.
to prove that they were not
Look, I
impossible.
got the first one. I think I got Hella right. That's her
You
name,
did.
right?
All right,
You
so
both-
Is it?
Yeah.
Hella's a hell of a villain. Okay.
first question was who played what was the name of the character that Kate Blanchett played in Thor Ragnarok? Joe said Helava, as in we're having a hell of a
Hell of a
good
good.
time. Mary said, Mary, what did you say? Helena?
She went.
First I was like Helena.
She
Helena.
went through every
Hella.
iteration, but she did
I
actually say
landed on
Hella
Hella.
at the end. Yeah.
Hella.
I landed on
Okay,
Hella.
so who gets that point, Craig?
That would have to be Mary on that because she actually
Okay.
did say Hella and he never got there.
All right. So question number 2
the
was
only point I got.
what president made this coming up Monday Labor Day. Joe said changed it to Jefferson. Mary said Lyndon Baines Johnson. Correct answer, Craig?
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland. So
We
nobody
were
gets the
way
points
off.
on that.
No, I don't know
All
if you
right,
want to
next-
go nobody's going to get that on
Nope,
that.
no closest to the pin. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Craig.
Closest president to the pin. Next question is who are the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in the opening day of the NFL season? Joe said the Baltimore Ravens. Mary said the Bears from Chicago Bears. Craig, the correct answer?
America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas
it's about them
Cowboys.
It's a ratings game. It's a ratings game. You bring that they were on Hard Knocks. They're America's team. It makes sense.
Yep.
Go sports team.
All right. Next question is what is the name of Corella DeVille's
I thought this was
henchman?
gettable. I thought this was a gettable.
I
one.
thought it was gettable, especially with the host of the Diz His podcast being on here.
He's
But,
frustrated. He's frustrated with
he's
me.
frustrated.
With me.
What were the names though, guys? I'm
Horace and Jasper. Horace
Dang
and
it,
Jasper.
I knew that.
Had you
Not-
watched, if you even watched the first 11 minutes of Cruella, that's as far in as I got before we had to bail out. You would have known that.
Guys, I couldn't stop thinking of Flotsam and Jetsam. I couldn't stop. That's all that was stuck.
That would have been very interesting between Big J and Remy, how they would have done, because they both were
I know,
knowing
yeah.
quite a few of those.
I know. Last question is what breed of dog is the Monopoly piece? And we just said that it is any form of terrier.
I would have
Any form of
accepted
terrier.
any terrier.
All right, so let's discuss time real quick. Okay, Joe finished his quiz in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
I didn't get any right, Scott.
Mary finished her quiz in 1 minute and 57 seconds.
I got
and with
more right.
one question right, Mary wins. Are you smarter than our Mary?
No, you're not. Not today, sir. Not today.
I got one.
I won't be asked back to do the trivia.
That went exactly how I thought it would go. Joe, thanks for playing. And what this means is we're going to roll that $50 Outback Steakhouse gift card to our next Patreon Appreciation Day. So we'll have a prize from somewhere else and a $50 prize. So this is going to rack up pretty big. So
$100. Sounds like it's $100 coming up.
well, we'll see what I can get, Craig. Okay, you know.
Hey, I'll put if you bring me back to host it, I'll throw something in.
Okay, all right, I like it. Yeah, and you've got all sorts of connections. So let's go. Let's go. We got to go with national chains though, because we've got a national audience.
It sounds like you're about to get a Target sponsorship, so we can make it a Target card.
There we go.
There you go. We actually are. We have an international audience. We just picked up Bahama or whatever in Bahrain in the Middle East.
You might want to learn what that is, or you might not have that
Yeah.
person anymore.
Let's
Yeah.
uncultured swine.
Yeah. So a lot of things going on in the Middle East, but they don't stop listening to the No New Friends podcast.
I can't. That is the worst shameless plug I've ever heard. I'm done. I'm done with you. You can't escape the
But I
No New
promise
Friends
that if you let me
podcast.
back,
What's wrong
I
with
will.
you?
I will be drunk next time. I missed the mark.
Perfect.
on that
Oh,
today.
we'll
I
do
blew
shots.
it.
We'll do shots
I
on air.
blew it.
It'll be fantastic. Yep.
You blew it.
All right. So, Chris, you wanted to talk about this fake football team.
Oh gosh.
Do we have time
So-
to do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a few minutes left. So this was. Have you ever seen the movie Accepted? Have you
One of
guys
my
seen the movie
favorite
Accepted?
movies. One of my
South
favorite
Harmon Institute of Technology. So
So wait, we're the shits?
the premise of the movie is a bunch of people just can't get into a college, so they make their own college up. They hire somebody who's like, I think he was an ex-felon for the dean, right? He's just this real like he was working at like a Foot Locker right before he got the job as dean. They pulled him in. He's like cursing at little kids. So anyway, it happened in real life. Enter Bishop Sycamore High School from Ohio. So
I think Remy from Remy's Roundtable should name his fantasy football team Bishop Sycamore.
Bishop Sycamore. So I think it was on a Sunday. ESPN aired a high school football game, Bishop Sycamore versus, I forget what the name of the other team was, but if it's not the best high school football program in America, it's up in the top 5, right? So Bishop Sycamore gets blown out. I think it was 58-0, right? And if you watch the highlights of the game, like, it's really sad to watch. And it's like it was just no contest the whole game. And everyone's kind of confused, like, why is this going on? Well, if you watch the replays of this team, they share helmets. They only have one uniform.
Oh, Lord.
One of the center got hurt, and the broadcast team had no idea who it was because he wasn't on the roster.
Oh.
This is like it's a real school.
I'll get to that. So
okay,
they have about 33 to 35 players, so not even a full roster. They have most of their players play 2 ways, and even better, they played a game.
Sounds like Marion College.
It sounds a lot like college, actually. That sounds accurate. Surprisingly accurate. Yes. Continue on, Chris.
They played a game 2 days before this game, which is not legal to play 2 games in 3 days. The coach of this school, it turns out, is there's a warrant out for his arrest. And there was a warrant out for his arrest while this game was being aired on ESPN.
That's the part that Craig says what about. That's the one part that he's like, what? A warrant?
I did some digging on this school, and their address to the PO box. There's no learning that happens at this school.
Oh, it's the school of hard knocks.
They teach each other, like, staring into space 101.
The ages of the athletes range anywhere from 18 to 21 to 22. There's a lot of 5th-year seniors.
It seems fair.
They didn't have enough money to buy equipment, so they started a GoFundMe, and their goal was $20,000. They raised $140.
Very proud of them, guys. Scott, look, I love Team Gina, but I feel like maybe there's another
worthy cause
to help.
So the way that they got around, if you have seen the movie Accepted, they're threatened by the Board of Education, I guess it is, because they need to be their curriculum needs to be approved, right?
Yeah.
So in the movie, exactly, they need to be
accredited,
right? So the way this school got around it is because they said that for strict religious purposes, they cannot go to the board to be accredited, and they got around it.
Yeah, because you can claim anything as a religious thing, and people,
right,
you can't question it. You're not allowed to question it.
ESPN did not ask this football team to be on ESPN. It was a third party, which makes it even worse because it was a third party organization that goes and finds talent to be, aired on ESPN. This game was played in Canton, Ohio, on the Hall of Fame field. Yeah. Long story short, there are a lot of investigations going on, and unfortunately, head coach of Bishop Sycamore was let go by the team after this debacle.
That makes sense.
Is this so? This is just a made up. It's a bunch of people getting together saying
once a month
at a high school.
Yes, once a month they go and they do have a practice at this YMCA.
This is like putting together the new Mighty Ducks team. Like, we're just going to take all the.
Oh yeah. And I encourage anybody listening to this to go and YouTube this. Like, you can see them running to the sidelines, tossing each other helmets to go back, like, to the other players to go onto the field. Oh, it's bizarre. They only have one uniform. So the game they played 2 days prior, they have black uniforms. The game they played 2 days prior was against a team that was wearing black, and they're like, "Can you change?" And they said no. So it was black uniform versus black uniform.
We can't.
We will not be able to do that for you.
They're like Batman. They work in black and dark shades of gray. That's it.
So they do go shirts and skins or something.
Oh no!
They've never won a game, and they've been outscored, I think, something like 356 to 40.
Oh my God! No. Didn't Cam Newton just enroll there?
He's being recruited for sure.
Too soon.
Brutal for Cam. What you just did, you just dragged him through the mud. He's already at a low point here, and you shredded him.
He's an easy target.
The best part about all this, what are the initials for Bishop Sycamore?
BS. Perfect.
I can't believe it. That was last week or 2 weeks ago then, right?
Like within the last week. Yeah.
Wow.
A week or two ago. Yep.
I will check that footage out just because I need to see that. I need to see that.
It is bizarre.
The throwing of
This
the
is
helmet
bizarre.
to other players and like, what?
It's
Words don't do
COVID,
it justice.
What?
Oh my goodness. Craig, how can our listeners find out where your events are?
Yeah, man. Thank you for that. Check us out on Facebook, Tasty Trivia Florida, or Instagram, tasty_trivia. But also the website, tastytriviaflorida.com. You can check out all the events. We might be welcome back, although it might be not, and I'm okay. But I mean, hey, they were
Craig,
hard.
you're welcome here whenever you
If you're
want.
doing trivia every month, I would be able to do that and maybe throw in, like I said, something for the prize pool. Because I love that your fans come on. Like, I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a neat thing that I love interacting with our listeners or with anybody who I just like interacting with people that know me.
Yeah, man.
But from a distance, I don't like really congregate.
From a distance.
As always, please connect with us. Our Linktree link is right there in the episode description, the show notes, if you will, to join us in live studio for the next Patreon Appreciation Day. Please join our Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/NoNewFriendsPodcast. Or you can be like Jared and Mark and do that top tier, and you can see every single episode. And remember, we are going to be donating everything that we make off of Patreon for the month of October and November straight to the Gina McReynolds Foundation. That's teamgina.org. On behalf of Mary, Chris, our special guest, Craig, I'm Scott, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.